Hello champions and future champions, hello ChessMood family. Today we are going to speak about a very interesting topic, not showing our cards. Yeah, cards, I mean the playing cards with which we are playing poker and many such games. If you have played cards, you should know that it's very important to not show your cards to opponent, and if you know opponent's cards, then you have a big advantage. Strangely enough, this same concept we can use in chess. So this is gonna be the first part of this topic. Now let's look at the board. Here it's white to move. Almost all the pieces are developed, and here we have a question: where to castle? We can go to the short side, and at the same time we can go to the long side. And here we have a question to answer. Also, the same question has the opponent. He can also go long castle or short castle. Now let's see what will happen if he goes short castle. Opponent will also go short castle, because if he goes long castle, he has already weakened his king, playing b6 and c6, and we have here a great target for attacking, and we can go here a4. a4, a5, open the a line, somewhere we can exchange opponent's defender on b7, and opponent king gonna be in danger. But when we go short castle, opponent will not go long castle, and he will play short castle. A king looks like a little bit in danger. We have here two bishops attacking the king, the knight, and also queen, but our pieces, our resources is not enough for checkmating. The problem is that whenever opponent wants, he can take our knight on e5. I mean, if he sacrifices some bishop and then try to continue attack. And it would be really dangerous for black if we could somehow bring one of the rooks to attack. With, for example, rook d1, rook d3, rook g3, or rook e1, rook e3, rook g3. But now we cannot. Next move, black wants to play c5, open the bishop on the long diagonal, and black is getting enough counterplay. Now let's go back and see what if instead of short castle we go long castle. Now if opponent goes to the short side, here we can start a very dangerous attack, especially using this target. We can go here g4. Next move is coming whether g5 immediately or rook g1. So now, not just these two bishops, queen and knights are going to attack the king, but also after rook g1, g5 or immediately g5, the rook will join the attack, and the opponent's king here gonna be in really very big danger. But when we go long castle, opponent will also go long castle. And now we don't have the rook on a1, and with a4, a5 without the rook on a1, we will not create big problems for opponent. Now let's go back and see what is going to be opponent's next move, because he has the same dilemma, where to go, short castle or long castle. And here it comes a very interesting idea. What if we wait for opponent and say make a move? Now if he goes short castle, we can go long castle and then go g4, g5. If he goes long castle, we can go short castle, keeping the rook on a1 and then go a4, a5. Interesting, right? So let's see what useful move we can do here. I offer you to pause the video here and think. Okay, actually this is a theoretical position from Caro-Kann defense, and long time here in the theory black was fine. After white found this f4 strong move. What is the idea? With f4 move, white is strengthening the position of the e5 knight and not showing their cards. Where is going to be the king, on the long side or on the short side? And asking opponent to show his cards. Now, if black goes here short castle, then white goes long castle. And then g4, g5 with a very fast attack. If after f4 black goes to the long side, then short castle, and then a4, a5 starting a strong attack. Black's main problem is that here it's very tough gonna be for them to play at some point g5. Not only that we have here the bishop on d2, and after taking the g5 we can take the g5 pawn, but the main problem is that when black plays g5, the f6 knight is going to hang. We will take fg5 and then f6 knight will be hanging. If black prepare with some move, let's say knight d5 and then play g5, then in that case after taking fg5, f7 pawn will hang. While after long castle, short castle, our attack is coming very fast. we want to play a4, a5. If after a4 opponent plays a5, not allowing us to play a5, we can even sacrifice the pawn with playing b4 with idea b4, a5. We sacrifice a pawn, but we open the a line. If opponent goes here c5, opening the bishop on b7, we can still go a4, even sacrificing the central pawn. After cd4, go a5. Black king soon gonna be in danger. Why this is happening? Because in the initial position our bishops could attack in both sides, on the king side and also on the queen side. That's why after f4, long castle, short castle, even when we sacrifice this pawn after a5, now our two bishops are going to attack in the queen side, also the rook on a1 joined. I'm not speaking about knight on e5, which is in the central position, going to create lots of problems for the king on c8. And after f4 move here, it's very unclear what can do black, what useful move they can do, so they also wait for us. Another problem is that if they play here c5, attacking the center and opening the bishop on b7 looks very logical, but here we are going to have a very unpleasant check on this diagonal. We can play here bishop b5 check immediately, or we can take the c5 pawn. By the way, notice how useful move was the f4 move, because we are defending the e5 knight. And after bishop c5, bishop b5 check, opponent king gonna be in the center after king e7 or king f8. Coming back to the initial position here, we have seen that after f4 this strong move, it's a useful move, and at the same time we are not showing our cards and asking opponent to show his cards first. This is a very important concept. Strange enough, I couldn't find in any books, in any literature. If you have seen this topic somewhere, please write in the comments. And if no, you see this first time, great, you can write in your notes, and I hope you will use this concept in your games. As I said earlier, this was just the first part about this very interesting topic, not showing our cards and asking opponent to show his cards first. Today's first part was about castling, about delaying castle moves. Here is an important note. We cannot play any kind of opening delaying with castles, because at some point opponent will open the center and then we will get checkmate. So, tip for you when you can think about delaying castles. Usually you can do such things when it's left just one move to castle. Let's say if you have here bishop on c1 and the bishop on f1, this is gonna be dangerous because opponent can open the center and we will find our king in the center. But if it's left just one move to castle, short castle or long castle, just one move, almost always we can do that. And in these cases, it's come this interesting idea of delaying our castles and not showing where is going to be the king, on the king side or on the queen side. At the end of the lesson, I am going to offer you to think about one position. The position again is from the Caro-Kann defense, but this time from the exchange line, which we play in our ChessMood openings after ed5. cd5, bishop d3, knight c6, c3, knight f6, bishop f4, and here after e6, when black plays passively, keeping their bishop on c8 passive, we play knight f3, bishop d6, take, queen e2, short castle, knight bd2, and black played b6. This position you might know if you are a ChessMood Pro member and you have seen the Caro-Kann course. And it's good if you remember the idea which I showed in the courses. But if you have never seen this position, it's going to be very interesting for you to think about this position. What to do? To go short castle, to go long castle, or to delay it with doing another useful move. Think about it, and you can put your answers in the comments section. I hope you liked the daily lessons, and I appreciate very much all the help you are providing with subscribing to our channel, with sharing with your friends, and even when you click the like button. Grandmaster was with you. See you tomorrow. What's up tomorrow? We will have the next daily lesson.